we shall discuss ensuring peaceful and credible 2023 elections as the 2023 elections draw near. 2023 general elections and the seventh successive general election since the restoration of democracy in Nigeria in 1999. The election is significant because the incumbent president Muhammadu Buhari is not eligible to run. This is his second and last term. So, how committed is he to ensure peaceful and credible elections? What lessons have we learned from the previous elections that will help us have a credible and peaceful 23 elections? How will we ensure peaceful, credible elections? Whose duty is it to ensure peaceful and credible elections? Well, there are more questions and of course more answers shall come their way. And so today in the house we have Comrade Kanaya Chukwuemeka Ozuome Oka, commentator on national and international issues, and of course former President, Rotary President of Unity, Ozuome. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Manizib Man.
We also have Sir Chene Ago, a political scientist. Welcome to the program, Chene. Right. We want to look at ensuring peaceful and credible 2023 elections before the 2023 general elections begin, and of course, everybody needs it. Let it be peaceful and credible. How do we ensure peaceful and credible elections?
That will be choice. Well, the word peaceful, credible, and the two words, peaceful and credible, means a lot. In the sense that if an event, if an activity, if any gathering is peaceful, then we look at the credibility. The credibility is when, like in election years, when the electorate shows the desired interest. Because if with what we are experiencing now, and we go into polls by Saturday, and people were not forthcoming. Yes, it was peaceful, but it was not credible. Credible in the sense that something must have stopped people from coming out to vote. More especially, I don't see electorates that have to travel for 5 miles with this cashless policy, traveling to go to vote. I don't think Nigerian has built up that patriotism. I think that will drive the electorate, no matter what it is. But I am praying that the condition that Nigerians have found themselves, first of all, they will apply civility to make sure that it is peaceful. Peaceful in the sense that no one person's life is worth all this struggle for offices, political offices. Life is more important to all of us. I am, by this, appealing to the Anambra people that nobody should engage into any unruly behavior that will warrant the destruction and unrest, no matter what it is. Politics is a sport, a game. If you don't want to game,
I'm sure there's been some sportsmanship. All right, whose duty is it to ensure peaceful and credible elections?
Well, to have a very peaceful and credible election, I can say that it is duty of all, because it's not only the duty of the leader, it's not only the duty of the follower. And as you see, the time of politicking is almost coming to an end. Basically, by Thursday midnight, the campaign will end. Then on Friday, various political parties will just mopping up for the election on Saturday. So for us to have a very peaceful election, people must ensure the political parties, the candidates, and every political player must ensure that things are done according to the test of the two. Things are done according to the Constitution and the Electoral Act. Because basically, I think early this morning, I was hearing in the news that the presidential candidates will be summoned again for them to sign a very fresh or new peace accord earlier than the ones they signed before the campaign. And what it means is that many people are envisaging a lot of things, though I am not one of those pessimists who believe that there must be violence or there will be there will be violence. You know, people say that 2023 elections will be so. I don't believe that. If you check in the histories of election in this country, this one will be the sixth election which the civilian administration will be conducting. We have had seven elections, which will be the seventh election. This will be the sixth one the civilian administration will be conducting. And since 2003, making it 20 years ago, that the civilian administration has started conducting an election, we'll be having elections and they'll be having peaceful. In as much as that, normally, what we call Ndorondoro Ọchịchị in Igbo language there's nowhere it will be completely devoid of maybe wishes and some of the things. But what we're saying is that everybody must ensure that election is peaceful. Then on area of the credibility, as we're talking about, fine. Since 2011, let me put it that way, that INEC has started to build up the electoral system that now election is coming near to a way that, in fact, even if you see INEC results flying, you not even touch it because you won't use it to do anything. For instance, in 2011, they started with maybe customization of polling unit results. And these days now, if you see Udoka Primary School, Oka, with one, you cannot use it to write election into two. So it makes the whole thing coming near to credibility. And if people conduct themselves very, very well, that issue of this vote buying will stop. There's no way we're not going to have a credible election where after the election, whoever that loses will congratulate the next person without even saying, let me go to the election to challenge it. So that is the basic thing everybody must adopt to ensure that by 26th morning, when the election results will be announced, the winners and the losers might believe that the only thing they need is for them to work for the greater unity, greater progress, and greater prosperity of our great country.
Thank you. Chief Karayo, going by the assurances of INEC, do you think they are ready? Because the credibility of elections depend. Do you think that INEC is ready to conduct a credible election?
Well, if INEC fails to conduct credible election, they should be held responsible. People should be held accountable. Since the quantum of money, 355 billion naira was earmarked, and I marked because we saw it. Yes, for the election logistics. And BVAS is one of those credible aspects of the elections everybody looks forward to because it's the technology. The technology that is a real-time online basis for the transmission of results. So that when you vote, you know your vote has counted and it is transmitted. And at the center, collection center, you find out that the computation there is automatic because it is properly programmed. However, if INEC fails to actually involve enough manpower because that's an area. Distribution of materials, whether sensitive or non-sensitive. What we are saying is that by Friday, every material, even at the modest places of Onono, because our governor was in Onono to go and commission or commission an hospital there, which is almost the back of Anambra State, bordering with Kogi and Delta. So these are Anambra West. And we believe that if elections are credible, those are the areas where there's a ward, almost on the water there. So that word must be captured because it is a political word that has what we call what we call in I don't forget what I calls it, but at the same time, what I mean is that it is a word that there was registration
as voters.
that had voters. Then now accreditation is no longer you accredit and line and then stay off the line and come to vote. But as soon as you have been accredited, you have voted. And if the beavers must work. That is the most important thing there. Because they are actually their preparedness. Whether they like it or not, we are not going to experience what we did in the last election, on some of the elections where those equipments were not working. Places we don't have electricity. INEC should make sure there are generators provided to power all those materials. And then, most importantly, if the elections are to kick off by 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock should be universal. We are on the same time zone. There's no way election will kick off in Oka and it has not started in Ayana, somewhere in Yata. And they are all going to close at the same time for the result to be announced. So INEC must stick to the punctuality of making sure that materials are on the ground. Wherever we have any, what they call it, political wars, INEC must make sure that all the units, and more especially staff strength, security. I don't know INEC whether they have liaised with the security structure of every area because it is more important. And I wonder how Nigerians are still thinking that we have 774 local governments when some part of us have been ceded to Lekasi. These are things we will take cognition of when election results are being announced, particularly presidential election.
Right, Sir Chikelu, you talked about signing of accords. Is it part of President Buhari's commitment to ensure a credible election? He's not into the election again. Do you think that he's committed to leave a legacy?
Well, going by your question on the issue of signing of an accord, actually, you can say that it wasn't the president that initiated it. You know, this issue of signing of an accord started during the administration of His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan. And as a good thing, you know, as a president, if you come in and see a very good thing, you need to ensure that it continues. And you have seen that in 2015, the thing gave us a very good positive end. And it continued in 2019 and still to 2010. So it's ensured to be a credible election because the system that brought him in, the election was credible. For the president then, Goodluck Jonathan to have congratulated him and considered defeat, which means that that system that brought him in was credible. So we want to ensure that credibility is still on. Then coming to the area as we talked about credible election, because we need to advise Nigerians when we talk. You know, most often my colleague here mentioned of beavers. It's a technology. And virtually, most often, it's only God that has constant trust. Every technology must not be trusted. Trusted in the sense that you must not put all your confidence in it. I'm not talking about on the area of not efficient, but on the area of compatibility, because it is the technology. For instance, a vehicle might be moving on the road and at the time it will stop. But at times, when you go to some polling units, in Anambra State, for example, we have 5,720 polling units. And virtually in about 6 polling units, there will be no election. Because the INEC people have already said it. 1 in Idemili North and 5 in Idemili North local government. And most often, the problem we usually have in a polling centers or units is that there may be a machine that may be a bit faulty, or along the line it might be no fault. Instead of people to be patient for the presiding officer to immediately talk to the what do they call it? The next person who can, the technical assistant who can come and put it in order. People will start besieging that presiding officer. Before you know it, the use of that area will start talking this, that he came to rig a lecture, he came to do this, he came to do that, and before the entire thing will snowball into a very big violence. And sometimes there were many places where it happened in the last 2 elections, and also some places happened in the last election. So that's why you keep on talking that people need to be talking, community leaders need to be talking to their people. In fact, I'm even suggesting that if when the INEC or the presidency, when after signing the second peace accord, they will come down here to the state where all the candidates at the various local governments will also sign at their various respective constituencies, so that the thing they did at the national will now trickle down. Then the second thing is this: most often people raise unnecessary alarms. This age of social media, where you have WhatsApp, Instagram, and all the rest, somebody will just be at the comfort of his bedroom, type one thing and send that to social media. That this one has happened. Let me tell you, since this advent of this republic, except in 1999, where I was world collection agent, all along from 2003 till today, I've been either a government collection agent or a state collection agent of a political party. And I've been following the process, know how these things happen. Like now, most of the outreach material, some of them have landed central bank. You know, of respective central banks of the state. And maybe by Wednesday, they'll start deploying it to local governments. But you can hear in social media where somebody will post that this particular political party, they have hijacked election material, they have hijacked this, forgetting that some of all these things that they have serial numbers. Time has gone when somebody will use the result from Ayamelum to write the result in Agawata. It is no longer today. In fact, the only thing that is remaining, I've said it, the only thing that is remaining in the election of today now is for INEC to even conduct what we call idle election, whereby they will just carry paper keep, carry stamp keep. When you come, you take stamp, do this, and do it by yourself, because they have customized everything. Beavers, as you said, has done almost 60% of the entire thing. The only thing that is remaining is that, yes, Beavers cannot give you results. If Beavers records accrues about 100 voters, we must ensure that during the announcing of the result, they must tally. The only thing different is that they cannot manufacture the result. Maybe now that, let's say, APC scored 70, PDP scored 20, and there was invalid 5, ABGA scored 5, just like that. They must tally to ensure that it is 100. That's the only difference. So people must ensure that the credible election is a glory. If you want to win an election, go and meet people. People are moving around now, going to various clusters, various wards, various polling communities and towns. Most people don't like it that way. They will just stand behind. It's either they don't have resources to go and do campaign. Because when we talk about election, in as much as we don't encourage vote buying, but in an election, there must be resources. Resources in the sense that for you to reach out, like my colleague here mentioned, no. I've been there in 2003, during the 2003 campaign, about 20 years ago. I joined the gubernatorial candidate, went to Anambra West, and visited even Olumbara Road and Olumbara Side. Those areas, if you don't have resources, you cannot get there. Because you need to fuel the vehicles, you need to do some of the things, And you know, these are communities that, in fact, they might come in there for campaign. After going there, you will turn to become a charity giver. Because you might even suspend the campaign you go for and start doing one or two things for them first. So that's the thing. So election needs resources. But some people will just go and stay at the background and they won't go and campaign and lobby for votes. At the end of the day, they will tell you that either they have been rigged, they have been done that there was no voting, and they will try to create confusion when there is no confusion. In fact, some of them will even come into INEC office. You can see somebody, in fact, there are some people that today now, most people don't even know that they are candidates of various political parties for the election. You only notice that they are contesting the election during the day of collation. You see him, will come in. The same people will ask him, what he say, I'm a candidate, I'm a candidate, I'm a candidate, I'm a candidate.
It's not
you understand? No, he's not be there. But you wouldn't even know that he's a candidate because no campaign, no poster, nothing. You understand me? The only thing he just wants to come and show off and create confusion during the collection. You understand me?
And accuse people of
doing a lot of things. This is what we have been seeing. So those things are the things we are telling people that they need to discourage themselves from doing those things.
Let me ask you this question. Let's talk about the redesign of the Naira. Is it a part of ensuring credible election? Has it got anything to do with stabilizing the anomalies during the elections?
You see, there's one thing that is on the front burner today we talked about. My colleague said, vote by. And when His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari and the governor of Central Bank, which you must have had them, the mantra of the design of currency means that they may have had intelligence report from the gold mine that people must have stashed a Naira purporting them to be used during the election, which has been the normal trend. People, we know that money actually plays 70% of the election activities in this country. It is only in this country. Ordinarily, I don't see why parties that are actually presenting candidate for election will not sponsor. But this in our own system. Individuals sponsor themselves into electoral offices in this country, not parties. When the MPP and MPN, it was MPN, purely MPN sponsorship, MPP sponsorship, not individuals, because ordinarily there should have been contributions made by corporate organizations, individually to the party. So now we are talking about money, yes. An ordinary person on the street is finding it difficult to brandish 1,000 new Naira notes as we speak now. And it was a common sight that everybody, when you dip hand into your pocket at any event, you bring out 1,000 Naira note to spread. But people don't even see it. I can tell you, I was really lucky that I was in Abuja. We went to ATM before it heated up, and then got 30,000 from the ATM. After that was the end of it. So now I'm not seeing it. And when I came back, if I knew, I would have kept it as a souvenir for myself. But
you must spend it.
Yeah, but now we don't even see it. What is now in 200 Naira is almost everywhere because of the latest instruction from the presidency that those ones should be pumped back into the system. But I can tell you, even this morning we read that the DSS has actually raided some of the presidential candidates and found 400 billion new notes. And it's been like the right said, somebody could sit down with, in the comfort of the bedroom and flash lights. So what we are trying to say is that money actually is going to bite hard. And some people are now arguing, you don't want gold buying, but with this scarcity of Naira, it is going to even support gold buying because you can see individuals that are not eating. This morning, there are families that are not eating as a result of this scarcity of Naira. Where it is biting most is that People have money in the bank, they can't access it. POS cannot. Yesterday, POS was doing 10,000 to 4,000. That's what it was. POS. And then if you sit down and it's the comfort of Central Bank and say, if we see anybody that is doing that in Nigeria, who will come and tell you? Somebody who wants to feed his children, somebody who wants to, take care of his family, you ask him to come and report that he just bought money. So the exchange rate of Naira is now the different thing in Nigeria. We have Naira exchange rate.
You're buying your money with money. You want to go now, you advise to, I think we have talked to the electorates, you advise to major stakeholders, especially the candidates themselves.
Okay, thank you. Now, like I rightly said earlier, that no person's life is worth election to win or not to win. Life is more precious, life is more important. So Anambra, ana m arịọ na anụ na-ata echi niile bụ ana m agwa unu na ndụ karịrị ibe niile a ndụ mmadụ na-abụ afọ si na ndụ taa amara m ibe anyị ga-enweta ga-akarị ndụ anyị na a na-eme elekshọn. Ụmụaka anyị na-aba arịọ ụmụ biko onye ọbụla e gburu na elekshọn a nakwa n'ihi onwekwe politishan ga-nachileta azụ bịa gwa nne na nna ma ọ bịa wetara nne na nna nọchi anya ebe ike abụ na ezinụlọ wee na-arịọ ọgwụ biko ka ụlụ ghara ilu akụ ọbụrụ mgba ilu ọgwụ bụ spọtsụ na-egwuregwu onye nwunye ya o jere anya anyị ka ọ ga-anọchi na prọsesi ọbụla ma na zon ọbụla onye ọbụla win inu bụ anyị ka ọ win ya ya na ana m arịọ ka ụmụ afọ ọbụla akwa onye ọbụla akwanyere onwe ugwu onye ọbụla bụ onwe ya siri nnukwu mmadụ Chineke kere ka ihe ama atụpụnwu ajị na arịa maka na onwe ibe mereghị na ije ịtụ elekshọn wee bụrụ anya mkpọ ibugoro anya mkpọ ọ bụrụ ọkpa ka ịgbajigo ụkwụ ibe ọbụla emereghị omegoro ọ bụrụ iwere ezinụlọ imegoro
ya ihe
ndị ayịrị agwụ ka ụnụ dododo ma na anyị ji abụ ndị Igbo bụrụ nwanne anyị na-atụrụ onwe anyị elekshọn ndị ga-eje ịnọchite anya anyị ndị Igbo o nwere ọbụla mgbaga adịghị anyị biko
We want to call it a day here. We've been in the house with Chukwuobidigbo Uzoemeka, commentator on national and international issues. And of course, Sir Chris Chikolo, HLR, political scientist. I know saying that of the Biennial.
That will become the man of what vote on Saturday. On your to China or why?
Aside the presidential election, governorship election will also hold in 28 out of the 36 states of the country. In 8 states, including Anambra, elections are held off-season, but there will be elections for 109 senatorial zones and 360 federal constituencies and 993 state constituencies. Thank you for staying tuned on behalf of everybody in the house and of course Don Onyenji. I am Eze Omoji. I wish you well. See you again. Bye for now.